Hello, wonderful grade twos and grade threes. Thank you for joining me for what is your final math video of the year. How does that feel? It must feel wonderful to be accomplished. You did it. You showed up for many online lessons despite the obstacles, and I really appreciate that. Now, this assignment is your last assignment. Next week, I'm going to be giving you a fun memory book activity, as well as giving you time. The memory book activity is something you can do if you're done all the assessments, but there are many of you who still have assessments that you still need time to work on. So I will give you time for that next week. So without any further ado, feels weird to say this, let's get started on our last math video of the year. All right, grade 2 and grade 3, let's start with our Friday's data management. I'll just get this in the right place. So it says use the calendar to answer the questions. Looking here is my calendar. When we read a calendar, just like en français, when we do calendrier, remember we do calendrier en français, we have the month. Just like in French, we have the days of the week. Now remember, en français, the week starts on Monday and goes till Sunday. In English, when you read an English calendar, the week starts on Sunday and goes to Saturday. I think the French way makes more sense, but different languages, so that's all part of the culture that we're learning when we learn about culture and language. Language makes sense inside a culture. A culture is a way that people live. Okay, let's continue. So we're going to use this calendar of an imaginary November to solve our questions. So it first asks, how many Mondays are in the month of November? So we look at our calendar. We go to Mondays column, which is right here. And then we count all of the days that are a Monday. So these are all the days in this November that are a Monday. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 days in November that are a Monday. What day of the week is November 5th? So we go here and we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. November 5th is this day here. It is a Monday, so we would write a Monday, of course. Okay, it says name the date that is 2 weeks after November 3rd. So when you're using, I'm just trying to get the right there, that's perfect. When you're using a calendar, if you start up here and I go to the next line down, that represents 1 week later. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find November 3rd, which is right here, and we're going to count on 2 weeks from November 3rd. So I start on the 3rd and I count 2 weeks. So 1 week would be the 10th. 2 weeks from November 3rd is going to be November 17th. So we write 17th November. Now, what we're saying is this is the 17th day of November. Instead of writing the 17th day of November, we just write 17th November. Our day in Canada, our day always goes first. In the US, they write the month first, but in Canada and most other countries, the day goes first. Okay, what is the date of the 3rd Sunday in November? So again, I go to my Sunday, I find Sunday up top, and I count down 3 Sundays. First Sunday, second Sunday, third Sunday. Ding, 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 ding. It's the 18th, so we would write 18th of November. Remember, the day goes first, the month goes second, and I know that I mess that up myself sometimes. Because we see it written the American way so often, just like how they say, and we say grade 3, they say 3rd grade usually. And I mean, either is correct. It's just culturally, there's a slightly different way that Canadian schools and American schools talk. All right, what day of the week does the month end on? So we find the last day of the month, which is the 30th, and then we go up, and we discover it is a Friday. So it ends on a Friday, a fantastic Friday. Not a wonderful Wednesday, not a terrific Thursday, a fantastic Friday. Okay, not a marvelous Monday. I could keep going with these. You've heard all of my ways of describing days. Okay, brain stretch. Write 6 subtraction facts that have an answer of 5. So for this, it could be anything. So I could do 12 subtract 7 is 5. I would like you to try and come up with 6 of your own subtraction facts that have an answer of 5. Okay, so to do that, you can start at 5 and count up 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I could do 8 subtract 3 is 5. So you can use a number line to help you, but I want you to come up with 6 subtraction facts that have an answer of 5. Okay, 6 subtraction facts with an answer of 5. Okay, other side. So the last thing that I want to leave you with for our home learning program, the last thing that I really want to leave you with is the importance of practicing those multiplication and division facts, guys. It's the thing that you really need to work on. It's the thing that's like a no excuses thing. There's no excuses for not having those facts be part of what you're practicing in math. Now, I'm not saying that you need to know them all right now, but I am saying that in grade 3 and grade 4, which you're either going into grade 3 or grade 4, but especially grade 4, you need to know these facts because we're going to start doing questions with bigger numbers. So say that you wanted to figure out, and you say, I've had a few people say to me, well, I don't need to know these facts, or I don't have time to practice my facts, or I can't do it. I can't keep them in my head. Now remember, you've heard me say before that I struggled when I was in school to remember all my facts, but once I got them, math was so much easier. So I'm just gonna take a second to show you why you need to know your facts. And I know I've told you this before. So say you are multiplying, say you have, let's say you have 46 marbles, okay? And you want to find out what would happen if you had 3 times that amount of marbles. So you could do 46 times 3. And you think, Mrs. Oakes, I don't know my 46 times tables. How am I, or I don't know my 3 times tables all the way up to 46. And I will tell you that next year, we are going to be learning how to multiply 46, multiply double-digit numbers. Now, to do that, you need to know your math facts. Watch this. So all you do, I'm going to do a little quick thing and show you how, if I know my math facts, I can figure out any multiplication question. So it's just like tens and ones. So there's your ones, there's your tens. All I do is I go 3 times 6. Well, I know that 3 times 6 is 18, so I just write 18. And then I go 3 times 4, which is 3 times 40. So I do 3 times 4 is 12. And it's 3 times 40, so I put a 0 on the end. But all I did was use those facts that I had been practicing, those facts I knew. All right, 8 plus 0 is 8. And then I add them together, and I've just multiplied 46 by 3. Now, you're going, oh my gosh, Mrs. Oakes, why are you showing me this? I'm showing you this because this is what you're doing next year. You will be doing this by the end of next year. But do you think it would be way easier to do this if you knew all your facts? If I had to stop and think, what's 3 times 6? I don't know. Now I have to go and work it out. That's brain power that you're not going to be able to use to focus on this. Actually, by the end of grade 4, you'll be doing questions more like this. 733 times 3. I don't know why I'm picking the 3s today. So I could even do 733 times 3. I just have to know my facts. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 30 is 90. 3 times 700, I just do 3 times 7, and it's hundreds. So I put 2 zeros. Look at this, guys. Because I knew my facts, I was able to multiply this big number. You only need to know your facts for your 2 times, 3 times and 4 times this year. But if you have extra time, I encourage you to practice your facts for your 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, and 9 times tables. Okay? Look at these. This is what you're going to be doing. It's not hard, but it'll be way easier. It'll be a challenge to get. I'm not saying it's going to not be a challenge. All things that we learn are a little bit challenging because we're creating new pathways in our brain. But looking at this is not to scare you, but this is to explain to you why I need you to practice your facts. I know I'm not going to give you summer homework, but if you need something to do over the summer, practice the multiplication facts. In the next couple weeks, your only math assignment is to practice your multiplication facts so much that you know them in your sleep. Okay, you know them upwards, downwards, backwards. You know the related division facts. You practice these sets of facts, okay? All right. That was a long chat that I just had with you about why you need to know your facts. Let's practice our facts. This is a way you're thinking, well, how do I practice my facts? Let's practice it this way. So I'm going to do the first one with you. This is the same type of assignment that was in Wednesday's math video. I'm going to do one example, and then I think you guys can do the rest because you need to practice those facts. Mrs. Oakes knows her facts. I don't know why I talked about myself in the third person. It's the thing teachers do sometimes. I know my facts, guys, but I know that you guys should be practicing and working on them. All right, that's the end of my talk about facts. Let's practice this. So I have my array, 3 groups of 8. So all I would do is make one group of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 here. I just have to make 3 groups of that. 3 groups of 8 in the straightest lines I can. X's are easy. You guys could do circles. You could do smiley faces if you really feel like making all those smiley faces. The world needs more smiles. Okay, so there's 3 times 8 or 8 times 3. Let's count by 3s to figure out what the answer is. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Another way to do that is do a double of 8 and add one more group. So double 8 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, every time you do an array and you look at the facts, it's helping you to learn your facts and really understand what this equation means. I am going to tell you, you're going to have to get to a point where you don't have to count the X's. You're going to get to a point, and I know you're all going to get there because I promise we will work on it. But the more you can work on knowing that you see 3 times 8 and you know it's 24, you don't have to figure it out in your head, the easier next year's math will be, okay? I just went on a long tangent about that, so I won't go any further. All right, 3 times 8, let's do our fact family. Remember, I like to draw them in a house because it helps me visualize my fact family. So here's my fact family's house. The top of the house is 3 times 8, which is 24, or the same as 8 times 3, which is 24. Now to do my division, all I have to do is start with my big number here. My product of multiplication becomes the first number in my division sentence. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And the foundation of my fact family, now I'm going to do repeated addition and repeated subtraction for you guys. For grade 2 and grade 3, I'm only expecting repeated addition. If you want the grade 4 challenge, the challenge is to do some repeated subtraction, okay? So looking here, let's do my addition first. 3 times 8, 8 plus 8 plus 8 equals 24. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 3 is also 24. Let's check that I actually have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I do. Now if I wanted to do repeated, see, you guys can't see it. If I wanted to do repeated subtraction, just like division, I start with my big number. and then I subtract 1 group of 8, 2 group of 8, 3 group of 8, and I have 0. That's repeated subtraction. Okay, I could also do them this way. 24, subtract 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of 3 is 0. All right, you do not have to do the repeated subtraction, but I do want you to really focus. You're going to go through and you're going to do the next ones. 3 times 3, 5 times 4, 2 times 8, 5 times 3, and 4 times 8. You're going to go through, you're going to work on those. You're going to do an array. You're going to solve the fact, and you're going to do related facts. Now, if you're thinking, Mrs. Oakes, this is super easy, I want you to practice doing some repeated subtraction. So again, you start with the biggest number, and then you take away, so this is 3 times 8. I would take away 8 groups of 3, or I would take away 3 groups of 8, and I would get to 0. So if you need the challenge, do some repeated subtraction. Practice these facts. These facts are going to be the key to your future math success, because math is not scary, math is not hard, but math can be overwhelming when you're trying to hold too much in your head. So you're trying to figure out too many things. Again, back to these examples here, if I know my 3 times facts, I can solve anything that is 3 times. If I know my facts, I can solve the biggest numbers imaginable. It's no big deal. Know that you can do it because you know your facts. This is the foundation of your math learning. So I really encourage you to work on those facts next week, today, week after that, and if you have time during summer, that would be fantastic too. This is your own learning. You get to take charge of it. Thank you so much for showing up for math today. All right, you did it. You really did it. Congratulations, guys. I'm very proud of all of you for whatever you were able to do. Now, remember, next week I will be sending out 2 packages. One is a memory book assignment, which is a kind of a fun thing for you to work on. And the second one is just a collection of all the assessments. So if you've been keeping up and you've done the assessments, then you're good. And if not, then you'll have time next week to work on them, which is really fantastic. All right, so thank you. It means a lot to me that you have continued to show up for your learning. You've continued to communicate with me and continued to do all the wonderful learning that you can, even though there's obstacles that you're facing. And I'm so grateful. So thank you. Usually this is where I'd say I'll see you next Tuesday for more math, but next Tuesday I will see you on Teams, and I'll be checking in there, okay? So I'm still here. I'm going to be here at school until June 30th, but I will not be putting out videos. I will be on Teams to chat though, all right? So I hope you all have a beautiful day and know how much you are appreciated and valued by me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.